This is the Bar Stewards Enquiry.
Right? You're talking absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
In what way?
You were an underachiever in life. I saved your bacon one time. You were gone.
You handled that well. I couldn't save you. But you did the right thing.
But that's why you don't know anything about racing, John.
I didn't say I do.
Right?
I'm saying that...
What have you contributed to racing? You're one of these take-out merchants. Take out all you can.
Hello, welcome to the Bar Stewards Weekend Podcast. Joining me tonight is my crack team, literally on crack, is John Lang, Nick Davis, Quentin Franks. This is the Super Four, the top four currently in the Naps are on here. We've kicked the rest of the rubbish off. So we hope to line your pockets with silver on this rather tricky weekend where we've got soup-like ground at Ascot, despite them describing it as good to soft. And York, according to Times this evening, is probably going to ride good tomorrow if you're betting, providing there's no more surprise showers in York. Right, welcome, chaps. Good evening. Are we all well?
Yes. Evening all.
Yes. As well as can be expected. I've actually been bad most of the week with throat poisoning.
I thought you'd been quiet this week.
Yeah, I was really bad on Tuesday night.
Chicken parma?
No, it was potato salad from Marks and Spencer's.
Potato salad.
Ooh. Yes. And very dangerous stuff. Very dangerous.
Anything with saladin's dangerous.
Right. Both ends.
Too many leaves, John. Jesus Christ, too many leaves.
I haven't digested any of the leaves when they're their appearance anyway. So.
Councillor Woodman will love that. He loves images. He loves images like that. Right. He didn't like your images with oysters, John, once, anyway.
I can't even remember what I said.
Well, I'm not going there. No. It's not. Right. It's Sunday show, that. Watershed. It's a family show.
Was Wales Spunk mentioned?
It might have been. On to today's best bets round. 1, 2 and 3 points. Like I say, it is a tricky day Saturday, so I'd say to punters, have more on. Right, 1 point then. I'll kick us off, given it's a tricky weekend. And I'm going to the 240 at York tomorrow, and I feel a duty to tip this. It's Mondamedge. Now the ground isn't too soft. I think Mondamedge is ready to strike. As we know, the draw at York's important in sprints, low numbers. And this horse really has been given a break. It still ran 7 times, but this is its 8th. But it's off a mark now of 96, and it's put some really good efforts this season so far. Second to Bond Chairman at Doncaster. It ran very well behind Nymphadora on probably ground a little bit too slow for him, really. And that's strong. That's a strong run. And because this horse always seems to run on after the Lord Mayor's show, I just felt I'd go half a point each way. And I believe it is 12-1, but I'm just going to check that producer. I've not got the race.
Going to make the race, though. Surely they are known for that.
Well, that's it. The worry is not run for 2 weeks. No, it's not 12-1. It's a complete lie. 11-1 is available 4 pegs. That's with Paddy Power Hills and Betfair.
Nice.
So what a lovely topical tip, good old Mondamedge. We're all cheering Mondamedge on tomorrow. Jonas, coming to you.
Right. Against your better judgment, I'm having a dabble at Ascot in the 4:15. And this is also called Dancing Gemini. I don't think the favourite's novice form is anything we should be cracking one off over. This was as green as hell on debut. Came from the back at Salisbury. Managed to finish second. The winner made all, so that tells you he had a bit of a task on. He was nicely enough back that day, so I think he's held in some regard by Mr. Teal.
Yes.
And I think it's encouraging that they're sticking with the script. They probably thought they'd win that at Salisbury and come here anyway. They haven't won it at Salisbury, but they'll still come here. Sunway and Rassallian's form doesn't really cause me so much concern. Sunway was impressive when it won at Sandown, but there's not a lot come out the race and covered the cells in glory. He could have just swept past tired horses. I think this is a value pork each way at 33s.
Half a point each way for John. 33 is generally available. Sergeant Wilson messaged me after some weird one, and he said this is top draw. So there we go. But he might have ruined it since then. Right, good start, John.
Or somewhere, wouldn't he, if it was top draw?
Yeah.
He's twice in the UK for top draw.
Exactly. Yeah, he's having me up. Right, 33s for John to kick off the show. Love that sort of thing. Quentin Franks.
My 1 point bet league comes in the 4:15 at Ascot and is Dancing Gemini. Sorry, John. I thought he was carrying a lot of condition on debut, green as grass. Despite the market support, there was still plenty to work on there. He just appeals as one that's going to keep progressing with racing, to be honest. I'm expecting a marked step forward here. Like John, I wasn't overly keen on the favourite at 7-4 Rossa Leon. I'm not thinking that wants soft ground. I think Dancing Gemini will handle the ground. I kind of thought more 16s was fair. Yard generally wouldn't have him ready first time out. Expect a chunk of progress. I thought 33s was over, 1 point win.
Asthmatic horse, Klaxon. We missed the asthmatic horse. Double carpet, Klaxon. What can we do here?
That, would you?
Well, no, I think I'm giving Quentin 20s because he's second to tip it. We need an edge at Nap's table. Right, good stuff, Quentin. Klaxon for us there. Big price. Nick Davis, can you do anything to top that?
No. We're going to the Jockeys Nunthorpe first place at York. Oh, right. We're going with the Amira trained Speedicus. Who won last time out. Since they put the visor on, it's 2 out of 4. The other time is over 6 furlongs, which is never won at, and the other one's in the better class race, and it missed the break at Chester and finished behind Vintage Claret. It's only not beaten that far. It's drawn low, and it's got the assistance of Mr. Bowen, who Sean Bowen has been riding out of his skin over both cars, even a winner of his father at Pontefract the other day.
Oh, right, yeah, of course he did, yeah.
Yeah, it might have been a little tune up to get his thing in for this. So I think it's got a very good chance there.
Good stuff. 1 point win on the nose for Nick, and that is 15-2 with Sky Bet and Spoil Sports, Ladbrokes, etc. So, yeah, we can give you 15-2, Nick. So good luck with that. Speedicus in the Jump Jockeys. Nunthorpe, we'll come to that maybe in a bit. Is it on telly, that one? I think it is.
Yeah.
We'll come to that in a bit. Okay, so that finishes round 1. Quentin, I'm going to come back to you for your 2-pointer.
My 2-pointer league comes in the 15:55 Newcastle. I'm hoping John doesn't put this up because I know he's put it up before. The horse in question is Chile. It's a horse I pigeonholed as a all-weather horse, and I kind of waited to see him back onto Peter. 2 from 2 on the surface. Shaped like he was in decent nick last time out in the Bet365 handicap at Haydock. Troubling running, hampered early doors in rear, keeping on late doors. Like the race just wasn't run to suit. As I said, 2 from 2 on the all-weather. Decent time, suggesting he's better than a mark of 86. Kind of made him second favourite here. Almonus is a bit doggy and had the run of things last time over at Newcastle. Flying Frontier's the right sort of favourite, but apart from that, I don't really like Savvy Knight. I don't like the profile. Yeah, just kind of thought 8-1 was big. I kind of made him more a 4-1 poke. Like him, yards steady away at the moment as well.
Yep, 7-1 generally available. 8s is all gone. So 7-1 you can have, sir. For Brian Ellison and Ben Robinson at Newcastle. Thank you for that 2-pointer. Jonas?
Oh, aye, we're back on the 2 points now, aren't we? This one's at York in the Sky Bet Stakes. Very straightforward. My Prospero. Best horse in the race. Wipe the floor with these.
Yeah, do you think, what would you expect Marquand to do? Do you reckon he'll go forward? Because there's not much pace, is there?
He'll sit handy enough. He gets the trip as well as anything in the field. I just don't see there being a problem at all, to be honest.
No, it looks different class in all fairness. 2 points, John. That's 6-5 for you with Coral and Boyle. So that's what you get there. Yes, Nick Davis, yours?
Well, we're going to the International, and it's a split stake wankering.
Yes.
I've got the main real front of the market. Biggles might not be drawn well, as it might be Fresh or Spangled McDaniel. I think the main pace is going to come from about 10 to 17. Baradar might need. It's not a massive load of pace in this race for an International. I think it'll probably end up going a little pace, but it won't be a dash off that we're thinking. I'm going to go with a point each on Ramazan, as an old friend of ours. Raced on 3 shoes that when winning at Haydock was well up, did the best of the stand side runners in the Britannia. Now dropped back to 7 ball. Loved the soft ground. Has formed behind Gallerin in the soft at the Curragh last year. And Takarib Bay, who now has been gelded. I've been waiting for this to be gelded. It's there. It's drawn. It'd be ridden prominently. 7 furlongs, easy ground. Be ideal for it. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I think 12s and 14 somewhere.
It's 14s Ramazan and 20s Takarib Bay. Paddy's and Betfair for you, Nick.
No, right. Okay, that's lovely.
Yeah, one on each available there. So lovely stuff. That was also tipped yesterday by Nick in Patreon. Join for £7 a month. Get all our articles and rubbish really that we blather on about, or it's £37 for the actual cream of the crop pets. So that was given yesterday on Patreon. £7 service. Okay, thank you for that, Nick. Okay, 450 Ascot. 2 of my bets are at Ascot tomorrow because I know what I'm dealing with in terms of ground. I don't think it'll dry out too much. 450 race Latam, the shirt-trained runner. I just like this horse's constitution. Since he won his debut, he had to battle. He always has to battle, this horse. Always has to stick his head down. And I like him a lot. And the second to Jimi Hendrix in the Spring Cup stands out as form here for me. And I was so impressed that he managed to win a slowly run affair at Newcastle as well. All right, it was a bob of heads between about 5 of them, but from his track position, I was astonished he actually won. So that was a good performance, only up a pound. I've no problem with the ground. In fact, that'll suit him. The sluicing through clay and cloy and ploughed fields will suit this horse because he's probably the only one that can be asked to do it. So I tell you what, I'll take Betfair SP. Yeah, Betfair SP, that one. Can't be asked.
You know, Lee, Hills opened up 4th of that one that 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know. This is it. There's only like the thumbhead that can make it pay at that because, he's a terrible, terrible man. So, yeah. So, anyway, Betfair SP, because it's not going to go shorter than 2s as a Betfair SP unless there's lots of non-runners. So, yeah, Latam is where I'm at to finish the round. Who can we come to next round then? For Max Bet round. This is where everyone listens because we've been told this because people say, oh, my dad follows all your or 3-pointers and sticks them in multis and stuff. So I know this is a popular round. So, John, kick us off with your 3-pointer.
3-pointer is in the Festival Handicap. And it's Biggles.
I
was very impressed with this at the July course, and I think £3 isn't enough to stop him, to be honest.
Yeah.
You get the impression he's going places now. The ground's probably fine for him, and I don't feel the need to look any further into the race, to be honest.
No, I mean, he was very impressive in the Bunbury Cup. Put them all to the sword. The ground's good. Draw might be an issue, but we can come on to that and discuss that in the second part of the show. Are you happy with 5-1, John, on the nose? Going against Nick, 5-1, 3 points win in the 3 o'clock at Ascot for John on Biggles to start the round. Interesting. Clashing with Davis, the handicap king there. Quentin, coming to you.
My best bet actually, Lee, comes in the 16:25 Newcastle, and the horse in question is Tajawau. Simon and a Christopher Train, Benoit on top. Just looks better than these on the sand. You kind of look at his profile. Kempton, he should have beat Mr. Mistopheles. That's rated 91 now. The Wolverhampton run, he's kind of half dogged it behind Mr. Buster and Wonder Legend. They're both rated 94, I think. He comes here off of a mark of 85. Sandown, the run after Wolverhampton, got hampered badly. Air, he won as he liked. Chester just didn't really go. I think just back on the sand, he's going to keep improving here. 85 looks more than fair. You look at Miami Thunder, who's gone up 10 for winning the Egg and Spoon race in a poor time. Not many here look well handicapped. 7-2 looks very large. I think it's 7-2 across the board still.
It is, yeah.
Just think it is all weather profiles, just different class to these. 3 points win, 7-2.
Is this one of yours, like?
Yeah, it's one of horses to follow. I mean, look, I was distraught when it dogged it at Wolves, but then you look back at the form actually worked out pretty brilliant. And then they've tried him on turf since, and I don't know if he certainly didn't like Chester. Who does? But yeah. Look, he's an interesting runner because I always said he'd get to stakes class, so, and he still might. It's just one of them that, he's. I don't like how he's been placed so far. I didn't think Chester what he wanted, so Quentin might. I won't be surprised to see him win well because I've got high hopes for him, I suppose, in that respect on the all weather. So good stuff, Quentin. 3 at 7-2. Okay, my 3-pointer goes in the 1350 at Ascot, and it's the Princess Margaret Stakes, and an incredible price here about a James Horton runner called Lunar Shine, 12-1 available with Paddy's and Betfair. That's just stupid. This stupid organisation. That needs mullering. This horse did extremely well to win on debut because it didn't have the run of the race. It was trapped behind horses. I thought and he had to burst through a gap, which I like for newcomers to do that and then go through a quite a narrow gap. And then the way it pulled clear of the Rafe Ralph Beckett horse, absolutely power clear of it, just woof, as if that one was just useless. Well, if that one's useless, that's won a nursery today off 72. And if it had got a gap sooner, it would have won by about 6 wickets. My point is, if that's winning off 72 easily today, and this beat it on debut, just completely mullered it, drawing clear. For experience and the fact that James Horton can't, he leaves improvement, shall we say, from first time always. This is an amazing bet because this race wouldn't be that great. You look through them. Symbology beat one that's ran today at Thirsk, one of Carl Burke's, Quentin. What do you call it? Some eyes, electric eyes or something, that ran shit at Thirsk today.
Yeah.
So that's going to drift. That was put in original favourite. So they don't even know what to make favourite. Well, I think this should be about a 4s or 5s poke. I do. I think it'll improve massively. And if it does, it goes in the slop. I mean, it was nearly 6 seconds slower than standard, that Thirsk race. So obviously it was very, very soft ground. So the ground's not an issue. We can go through a plough field, no problem. And what's not to like? So 3 on the nose at 12-1 for me. Please, Lunar Shine for the one for the good guys, James Horton. Nick Davis finishes off.
Well, I've had to sort of do an about turn because the price has collapsed in the last 15 minutes.
I should have had you on sooner.
Yeah.
Well, we can lie. Should we lie? What is it? What is it?
It was against yours. It was Garley in the. I was going to win half points.
Oh, no, you don't want to do that. Go on, sit somewhere.
It's now 7-2, isn't it?
Which one? Garley?
Against Latham.
Well, they're idiots, aren't they? There's one born every minute to tip that at 7-2. I mean, it's just no chance.
It was 13-2 when we started this programme.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Well, I know. He's these TikTok tipsters, Nick. We've got to get with it and get on TikTok. A lot of us.
Well, I'm gonna have a 1.5 points reverse forecast Garley Latham because that's all I made it. I mean, Garley, a 91% finish in the Hunt Cup. He gave up about a furlong out. He was really third over his side. On easy ground, he's given £9 and a length and a half beating to King of Conquest, which the King of Conquest is rated about 110, 112 now. He's won second time out a couple of times. He's going to get a sit from behind Major Partnership and Spirit Catcher, and I think those two will pull away 1.5 points reverse forecast Latham Garley.
Can't knock it, really. That you're right in that. Obviously, that's the principal threat. Yeah, so I'm happy you've gone reverse forecast. Now I can cheer both on. Good stuff. So, did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that, folks? Yeah, the 3-point round. Nick's just put a conundrum in the 3-pointers, though. What are you going to do now with your lucky 15s? You can't have a reverse forecast in a lucky 15, or can you? Can you? Can you?
Yeah,
can you? I pose the question because I've never done it myself.
Well,
I've never.
It's doubling out bets, isn't it?
Well, actually, yeah, you're right because I've had forecast doubles before.
Yeah.
When I was young, when I was a student.
You could have a forecast Yankee, couldn't you? Or...
Of course you can. Yeah, of course you can. It's because I'm just not. Yeah, it's not something I've. Yeah.
Yeah, but good luck to getting it settled, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Right. Okay, we'll move on to the telly previews now. Let's get on with it. Tomorrow, right, where are we going to go to first? We'll go to the Premier track in the north, York City.
Newcastle there.
No, that's Northallerton Feeds and Brian Ellison's territory. Yeah. 205 York is the Jockeys Nunthorpe. I mean, Jesus Christ. What I thought were interesting here, how the fucking hell has Tony Coyle persuaded Paul Townend to come over? Hey, I mean that's. I mean, you've got like the premier jockey in Ireland, barring our darling Rachel. Coyler, who's pissed up half at time, has managed to get Townend to come over. I find
maybe he's promised him a stake in the Whip It In.
There's got to be something in this. I mean, Coyler
had one of his Aussies.
Yeah, that was the first thing I was drawn to. I thought, how's Coyler got Townend? You know, unless Townend's got a girl in every port. I don't know.
But only need one in York tomorrow, isn't he?
Yeah. Anyway, that was my race preview for the Nunthorpe. Anything else from Quentin and John?
Your race preview goes further than mine, Lee. Jump jockeys and sprint races ain't my bag, so I gave it a quick swerve, I'm afraid.
I know it's some welter burden that for a mare, 11 stone 10 as well. Like, you know, that's a big saddle for these lads, isn't it? Ooh, you know,
jump jockeys and jump races aren't my bag either. So
no, it can't.
No, bother with this.
Yeah, I think one of the listeners asked us to talk some Cheltenham anti-Post on one of the shows.
Sorry.
I blocked and muted. That was it. None of that nonsense. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Right,
send them their money back.
Here's your deposit return. 240 the Sky Bet Dash, and I'm flying the Mondomedge flag. I'll be on my hobby horse running round room with gin bowl in hand, like clicking away and riding away, going yeah. Like it's got to be Mondomedge surely tomorrow, is it not? No. Are we team Mondomedge? No, we're not. Are we? No,
I'd love to see him win, but I don't know. He's just an arsehole, isn't he?
He is. He's like us, really. The arsehole of racing.
I thought the Farley one was quite interesting. 3.5 lengths behind Cold Case. So it's a wind surgery, isn't it? It's a wind surgery. Barefoot lady.
Yeah, Faye in better form. You know what concerns me, Nick? And I ran a system on this, and over time, 3-year-olds in sprints against older horses, quite a negative in handicaps. Is it they're not getting enough weight for age? Maybe I don't know. I don't know. And it's a really solid sample size.
The 3-year-old sprinters this year are quite good, aren't they?
Well, that's it. Maybe it depends on the crop, but I don't know. It puts me right off backing a 3-year-old against some seasoned, like George Foreman's in there of the sprinting world.
I mean, there's so many good. Summerhand could come back to form. Abraham Gold was an eye catcher last time, but it's been tipped up everywhere. It's not.
I mean, John, it wouldn't surprise you if Summergan won, would it?
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Zarzini won it, because I'm back.
Well, that's the thing, right? Tell me before the off, right? Say if you backed it or not. If you say no, I have backed it, I'll back it. It's a cliff horse. It's a cliff horse. It is. I know we've all had them, but I know where John's coming from.
The IMF rings John every time Zarzini runs.
It's right, yeah. Poor Johnny. Yeah, he has put faith into that, and rightly so. But it's just for whatever reason he's wanking it off every time. Quite in.
Lucky man for me. Decent course form, shaped like needing it last time out after 60 days off the track or something. Did too much too soon that day. Dropping down the weights to drunk up. He's £2 above the last winning mark. Think that at 16s looks overpriced to my eye.
Yeah, like you say, great course form. 2-2-1 5, 1 blob. That was all behind Bielsa, but that was on reappearance this season, so may well have needed it. So like it. Fair point, fair case for Lucky Man. Move on to the 3:15, where we're all lumping My Prospero. This is not for once a gin and pate race. This is a lump on job, John, isn't it?
Yeah, just have what you want.
Yeah, pilot.
IMF. In fact.
Yeah, IMF. Quentin.
Yeah, IMF'd up.
Quentin, ring the Russians, loan the money, and just keep pressing back. Even SP back. Back.
Just too good for this lot, isn't he?
I think so, yeah. I mean, only thing that I was just worried about is if Tom's like, I don't know, been up pissed with Ollie night before and got drunk and kind of forgot what to do. But apart from that, I can't.
What to do?
Yeah. Well, you know,
well,
we all know what it's like when we've had 14 pints. I mean, you know, it's you know, and for jockeys they only need about 2 or 3, literally.
I'm sure Holly will instruct him what to do in those situations.
I'm coming at it from a different angle in this race without the favourite Check and Challenge. It gave Subway so much ground last time to Raw Champion. I think it was in the first 7 and the first 5 were up there, and it come right from it was last or second lines. They stuck a visor on it. If they do get a little bit of rain, it won't matter to it, and he's got to sit closer to Royal Champion this time. The Irish one is stepping up in class quite a bit, though he's got the rating. Check and Challenge has won a group race over in Deauville on Good and Soft, and he's about 7-1 without the favourite.
Nick, have you been round the shops on this? 15 or 2 wheels, but it's cut with Bet Victor to 5, Sky Bet 11 or 2. Have you done the old shops?
I haven't done any. I mean, the trouble is, I can't get around as much at the moment, and there's not. I haven't been out anywhere this week, apart from the pub on a Wednesday night, and I got cab there and back. But I haven't been out anywhere yet.
Freewheeler out of commission.
Yeah.
No, I thought without the favourite, this was rather big at that price.
Yeah, 15 or 2 wheels. So for anyone with Hull's accounts,
you watched the race at Ascot. I mean, it was out the back, and it's only got beaten 5 lengths in the end. And obviously the visor they put it on, it's going to sit closer. It's must have been 12, 15 lengths behind them.
Yeah,
Ascot, and I thought this could be a little bit of value without the favourite.
Good stuff, Quentin.
No, I'm with the favourite. I think the favourite wins. I like Nick's case for Check and Challenge. I kind of initially looked at the race and thought, oh, will it be one of them messy races where you can try and get the favourite beat? But you just look at the class he has against this lot. Ground, no issue. Trip, no issue. Sort of galloping track, no issue. I kind of thought like 8 to 11 would kind of be more his price. What is he now? Evens, 11 to 10. Yeah, just rolling with that.
Good stuff. Princess Margaret, then we go over to Ascot for the 150. Does she still living, Princess Margaret?
John? Dead 20 years, isn't she?
20 years ago. Was she married to Duke of Kent?
She'll be massively decomposed by now.
John said that with glee, with actual glee.
The one married to the Duke of Kent, funnily enough, was the Duchess of Kent.
What was she called? Princess Michael?
No, she was married to Prince Michael.
Oh, that's it, Prince Michael. Well, it doesn't matter these days, prince or princess, does it? Well, gender's been abolished. So Margaret, she was Queen's sister, weren't she?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's it. Loved her fags and coke. Yeah. Right, nice, yeah. Okay, right. So Princess Margaret, so a name raised in her honour, John. And
she had a thing with Peter Sellers, didn't you?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, she did. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the pink. I wonder if he got to see a Pink Panther. You know.
Norman's dead. Sure.
I thought I'd appeal to you with your Republican tendencies, John.
Well, he does.
Right. Anyway, Princess Margaret, John. What we're saying?
Oh God. I'm with you, to be honest, with the James Orton North. I thought it was really impressive on debut. I like it very much.
Yeah, so hopefully we're right on that. Quentin?
Yeah, I was with you, Lee. Like, he's only had the first time out winner. The only concern I had was it being Thirsk and him being on the right part of the track that day, slap bang against the stand side rail. That kind of half put me off. But you look at those above her in the market, if it's soft as it was today there, I don't think Pretty Crystal wants it. Soprano may not run. Symbology, I didn't think the second favourite, the one that she beat was going to stay at first today, but she should improve. But you got this Comat, which is a tiny little ratty thing, don't like her. You can just rule them out. You know the ground's come good for Luna Shine. Pedigree says she's going to keep on improving. Looks like one that will keep on improving. Starting to be nibbled at, but 9-10 to 1's more than fair.
Good stuff. Nick Davis, is this one to leave out because it's Phillies? Pay. Phillies races. He loves them. 225, then you'll love this one, Nick. The Valiant Stakes for fillies and mares.
Random Harvest. I mean, it's going to be a weak favourite, isn't it? Tomorrow. I know. John likes the top.
Yeah, he does.
A couple of Irish fillies in there. I mean, I think it'll be a weak favourite.
Quentin, I'll come to you this time. What do you think?
I don't think Random Harvest goes off favourite. Not many you can really back in the race, in all honesty. I'm just trying to pull up the card. The one I did want to back, but again, it started to fall through. I don't think Varian will run the Exceeding Excel one. Caddo Bell is probably the one that's going to, I can see that being heavily backed into like 9-4 or something. Thornbrook's blown out on soft ground a couple of times. Rest look a bit much of a muchness. So yeah, I can see the Murder horse being very strong. It's on the round course, so it's even softer. Yeah, 7-2 still kicking about Caddo Bell. I think it's on the upgrade and on the upgrade quickly.
Quentin, what are you on about? You're saying it's going to be softer. Ascot saying it's good to soft.
Yeah, it's good to soft my arse. Yeah, 11 and a half seconds slow today. And it's not no good to soft in that.
Yeah,
that's not soft enough for him.
No. Maureen Agger says needs more range on. Yeah. So, John, coming to you. Obviously, you gave us all a heads up on the Newmarket pod regarding the Varian runner, Amena, and obviously she's quite well supported in this at 7-2. Any ground concerns for Amena? Is that what's put you off?
Yes, because that's why she didn't run the other day.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be playing. In fact, I think when they have a look at them times today, I'd be very surprised if they're running.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It is thick, Roger.
It is thick, Roger, as amply illustrated by the presence of Zenga in the race. The bastard.
Yeah.
Out to ruin my life with our horse. But I'd have to back the Moet horse with a possible saver on the Baby Joseph.
Thornbrook.
Yeah. Can't really have any regard for any of ours. In that, apart from a man who I don't think will run. So.
Yeah. Well, that's it. An Exceeding Excel, that'd be the one worry with her. She's a big filly. You know, she's a...
Well, you would probably say, she'll appreciate the juice and the ground. Back in the tendons up again.
It's trappy. I agree with what Quentin said about Caddo Bell. She's impressed me in Ireland. Won very easily at Navan last time. Very easily as well. So, yeah. But then it's priced up. So we're not telling anyone anything interesting there. And the pate's out. The M&S pate is out for Davis. So we'll move on to the international. First thing I want to come on to here, because John's tipped Biggles, Nick's tipped Ramazan and Thackeray Bay. What we're saying about the draw, because yet again, I know there were stalls were in the centre today, but yet again, all bin men, not one bin man has decided, I know what, I'm going to just try it stands rail.
Well, if it did, there wouldn't be bin men, would there?
But I find it astonishing. I mean, look at last meeting. It's like Quentin didn't like the last race there. It was like first, second, and third all towards stand side.
Yeah, it's beyond belief. You got 2-day meeting and you think, all right, well, we'll have kind of some sort of idea about what the draw's like, and there's no idea at all.
The jockeys, though, can't you? I mean, all these horses have connections.
But it's like
they're watching the horror unfold, and they don't even chime in, do they?
Well, yeah, but you get some connections that think, oh well, jockey knows best, when like jockey often doesn't know best.
Yeah, you get there's some traders when you say, oh, what have you said to what have you said to Frankie, or what have you said to Rab Avlin? Oh, nothing. They know what they're doing.
I think
2,000 winners, and I've never given a jockey instructions yet.
That was the Indian kilt.
Right. 3,000 if he had the deaf bastard.
I thought Rhythm Master was the probable pace in 17. Did you suppose you could say Mr. Bluebird can go forward? But there's no out and out front runners here, is there?
No, I think pace is an issue. What I would be worried about in terms of 3-year-olds in the race, they've had expected winners of 3, and there's been one from 56 3-year-olds since 97 for your Ramazan, Nick, which would be a concern as he's. Did he take on the elders last time? He did, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was the elders last time at Haydock.
Right. Well, I like looking at things like that, because that nullifies that statistic, if you like. Because he's already beat the elders. It's when they sort of like just come from 3-year-old company to elders, it always worries me. But just this draw thing then, because it's like a full field, so you got 26 runners. Surely they're not gonna like move to like far side high numbers, are they? They're not gonna like congregate in middle of track, are they? Please don't say they are.
Well, I'm
congregating in middle of track.
I
can't see them doing that. I mean, surely someone walks it. There's got to be 2 groups, surely.
I honestly, I would play this tomorrow, and I'd just throw a few cheeky eye drawn combination, probably forecast and tricast at the old. That's how I play it, because I just feel that
you've got the troubles you've got in high draws. You've got Safe Voyage, Baradar, Alban, Ropey Guest, Hickory. That's the trouble.
Alban, there's one to piss everybody.
They're all going to be held up, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is. That is. I agree. It's an issue. It might not pan out that way, but look, if the ground is faster, significantly faster, if there's a strip on that rail that is significantly faster, then
I think it's up to PJ McDonald which way he goes from 17.
Oh, Farmer McDonald, I know. Oh, Jesus, I know where he's going. To prison. Quentin.
I was going to ask Nick I know he put up Vafortino last time out.
It's the most solid of the front of the market. It's just that, as I say, he will be in the right position if he's good enough. I might stick him in my 2 in an ambitious exactor or something like that. He's the most. He should confirm on this softer ground. He should confirm it with Northern Express and the little thing. But he's the most solid I can see at the front of the market. He will run his race.
That's where I was going with. Good kid taking off £5. Off the ground will suit. Kind of felt he made the move a shade too soon at York last time out. He's got a middle draw. We don't know if that's any use or if it's not any use. But yeah, that was the one for me in the race.
Yeah, he's a good lad, Kaya, with 5 off. He got one a bit wrong today. I think it was John Gallagher's. He went a bit too quick, but he's very strong as a rider. So that counteracts any bin man efforts in a way, because you're going to get a strong drive from Kaya Fraser taking the 5 off down to 97. Yeah, I like some of your choices here, and I like how we've gone through this, because it kind of opens up people's minds into, like Adele does, a beautiful mind and all that shit. The high draws, that could be a factor, even though Nick says no pace. We'll all be kicking ourselves if it's like 23, 24, 21, 25, and we haven't done the broadcasts.
Numbers 16, 8, 14 and 27 all go with ease in the ground, all drawn high. That's the way to play it.
There you go.
Combo fullcasts and tricasts.
There you go. The Toronto Tornado has spoken with the right play in the International. 340 is the big race of the day. A whopping $1.25 million on offer here for the bigwigs to all row over and split the pot. Auguste Rodin is 3-1 fav, and chaps, I'll kick us off. My angle was in this race that Aiden's come to spoil it. He's running all the crap. you know, to get in other people's way, to probably make a good pace with Point Lonsdale. Where's Adam Kirby books? Yes, come on, Adam. Kick on, my cocker. Kick on 6 out and set it up for the closers, which, of course, will be things like Hamish. I'm sure that will be Hamish. Hookham, maybe. King of Steel, Emily Upjohn, and Auguste Rodin. So that's your puzzle. I felt Auguste... Will they even run Auguste Rodin, John? Do you think they'll bottle it?
I think they'll run. And I think he'll probably win, to be honest.
So
he steers this trip thoroughly well. I mean, if the Derby had been another speed test, he probably wouldn't have won it.
No.
Irish Derby got there on stamina, really. I mean, he just ground it out, didn't he?
I thought Graham were too quick as well at Corral.
Yeah, I mean, I think if this goes to York International, I think it gets smashed sideways.
Yeah, I do.
But I think tomorrow the conditions and the likely pace will play very much to his strengths. King of Steel, I wouldn't even be running in this.
No.
Even if he wins this tomorrow, this could be the ruination of him for me. He's lightly raced, he's big, he's still got strengthening up to do. This could drive the guts out for him tomorrow. I'd be worried sick if I was Roger Varian.
Yeah, it wouldn't be my choice either. I thought it was a poor choice of race, but
It'd be going to York and trying to put the Dante situation right for those who were morally on the winner back in May.
Me and you totally agree with that. We'd both be Judd Mont for King of Steel next. The owners are idiots. Thank you, John. Quentin?
Kind of found it a hard race. Obviously, Aidan said, they'll walk the course, blah, see how soft it is in regards to running Augustus Rodin. King of Steel, I echo your thoughts about just kind of pulling them apart on this sort of ground in this what will be a searching gallop. Are people, like, given it's going to be a searching gallop, I'm kind of leaning towards Pile Driver. Like, he's a good horse, but he's not sexy. He just kind of grinds and gets it done. Like, he had the perfect setup here last year with them going hard and picking up the piece. The what was it, the German thing, the Alder Flag horse. That's the one, Nick. I just think he kind of gets a similar setup here tomorrow. In all honesty, strong pace, gets to trip. I think he's rock solid for those that want to play each one.
Right on the ground.
Yeah, he's got the soft ground form at, I think it was Epsom. I know it's only beating our Arzy. I think he'll handle it personally. Yeah, I think he'll handle it personally. Yes.
Yeah, good stuff. Pile Driver for Quentin. What do we think to Jack's anti-purse bet on Hookham? I think he got 8s into 5s. Are we saying fuck 'em, don't back Hookham, or fuck 'em, back Hookham?
It's especially on the drift at the moment, isn't it, on Betfair?
Yeah, it's a bit weak. That might be Indian Jim, though.
Yeah. What do we think about Emily on the? Champion stage, she was most impressive on the ground, wasn't she?
She for me is. If Auguste Rodin doesn't win, I obviously I don't know what am I saying here. It's second fav, but Emily Upjohn is the obvious one because she goes on it. She'll appreciate a strong pace. She can quicken off a strong pace. She was probably an unlucky loser in the Eclipse in that obviously she gave Paddington ground for nothing, and there's nothing not to like about her. I think she's a better. Well, Owner's terrible. Absolutely dreadful owner. Yeah, he should have been castrated 40 years ago. But I mean, he's a terrible fella.
That's Lloyd Webber, by the way, not the other fella.
Yeah, but she's.
In case the other fella's listening.
Yeah, well, you never know who listens to this show. I've been told privately. I can't believe who actually does. So yeah, it's you never know.
That's for sure.
No, he's in a Alistair Down might be. Good evening, Alistair. Yeah, if you're still awake. Right, Nick, what's your view on the King George?
Nothing screams out, I've got to back at this price. It's competitive. It's such a competitive race. Emily Upjohn, if it went 5, but it is 5 for 1 year, I'll probably just lean towards Emily Upjohn. Yeah, she would probably be my choice. I was leaning on Hookham, but I just thought this real big stage, and do I want to be with Jim Crowley? And the answer was no. I don't want to. I don't know. We don't know what to make of them. I mean, Paddington's come out and won the thing, so. But we don't know about the 3-year-old stayers. This will tell us about them, won't it?
It is. It's a very competitive race in terms of trying to pick a winner.
We moan about not. They've all, if they all turn up, they've all turned up here, haven't they? So
yeah, this is a good Group 1. This is a good.
I'd like to have seen a couple of ledger tapes in this, and given the conditions.
Yeah, you'd have probably not run Save the Last Dance in Irish Oaks, and
well, so I think there's a few people missed the trick, eh?
I mean, Save the Last Dance it's proper soup form with her, isn't it? She
absolutely.
Yeah, she loves cloy like ploughed farmers' field ground. So yeah, that would have been interesting if they'd have set a strong pace up for her. That would have had.
Even that thing that's going to the Goodwood Cup,
Gregory.
Yeah, this should have been worth a punt, I think.
Yeah, it's where we'll all be tomorrow on the Gregory Peck. When we've done it in. Yeah, I know what you mean there, John. Yeah, but still, it's a fascinating race. And let us know on Twitter what you think. What do you
think? It's a more interesting race than it's been for a while, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you think, the King George? Will it be an O'Brien carve up where he gets in the way of things and he's like dirty Ballyderrell tactics that have ruined the Derby for years? John's pointed it out on this pod and said he ruins derbies, this man. But is he going to ruin a King George by getting in the way of things? And I don't know.
It's just right. They're drawn low enough, aren't they? These. I mean, he's got Luxembourg in 1, Bolshoi 2, Point on the Sale in 5. So
yeah,
King of Stale's not going to go forward out of 3, and neither is Hookham out of 4. So
yeah,
he's going to have a wall of 3 for them. That's like the red wall,
the O'Brien wall. Yeah. Good stuff. Right, anything else to add before we finish?
No.
Quentin, Frank?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
No. Jonas?
Nothing I can be pestered to share.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's all from us. We're back on Sunday as usual. Me, John and Chris, and we're getting Abby McGregor on for 15 minutes to talk about the shit show that is the Gambling Commission and what they're doing to absolute terrible people. It's worth a listen to this. Abby's got some new material for Sunday and on what the Gambling Commission are doing and what we must do to fight them. So don't miss out on Sunday's sermon. So from us.
Can't we get some money off them for services to punters?
Services to punters. Well, off the gambling.
Ask for a grant.
Well, the thing is, you can, right. So if you want to become on Gambling Commission's payment scheme, you have to basically set up as a charity, but it has to serve gambling harm. So therefore, that's the only way you get paid. As a registered charity, I could set something up, so I'm there to help people suffering from gambling harm. This is what we do. And then if you get accepted onto it, it's gold. It's a gravy train. It's gravy. And then you just say what you do, and then they send payments. And
anybody listening to these podcasts, no way you don't give a fuck about anybody suffering from gambling.
We don't really, no. We have to pretend, but that's what it is. We have to pretend we care.
Yeah. Responsibly for us.
Yeah. What happened to personal responsibility? It's gone out the window. Anyway, I'm rambling. That's all from us. Bye for now.